Rashad, why you didn't
Anyway,
hit me up?
Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
brother, I love you, brother.
What's up, Rashad? What it do, boy?
Hey, Rashad.
What's up? What's up, everybody? My name is Rashad Milligan. If you are new to the channel, this is the road to 2K, 10K subs. I was about to say 2K subs. I remember I used to say 2K subs for like a whole year. Now look, 10K subs. This is the road to 10K subs. This is going to be a long stream, probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours, even the fact that it is nearly 5 a.m. Eastern time and 4 a.m. Central time is still going to be an hour and a half long stream, even without, most people are asleep right now, because I just have so much. I have so much to go over. The reason why this stream is happening in the middle of the night at 5 a.m. is because, I needed to sleep. I had to sleep after the Dream game, the Dream on the West Coast, and I'm off today. So, I was like, why not just go to sleep, bro? So I went to sleep, and now I'm here. I think I have the energy and the abilities to do all of the things that I need to do for the next hour and a half. And I hope you guys enjoy it. Dan is still up. Oh, Dan, I thought you was going to be asleep, Dan. I went to sleep. I went to sleep after the game. But Dan is up, man. Shout out to Dan. Dan's still up. But yeah, man, this is going to be a long stream. So if you need to go to sleep in the middle of it, I totally understand, Dan, but it's good to see you. He said, no way, bro. I went to sleep after the game, man. And come back. It's going to be a long stream. All right. Anyways, let's get into it. It's been 2 minutes. The first thing I wanted to discuss tonight, he said, I'm the ultimate night owl. Hey, we balled in. Let's get it. All right. The first thing I wanted to discuss is, as you saw earlier, Dan, when I said Vegas is coming. Vegas is coming. In my YouTube posts, the Las Vegas Aces have now won like how many games in a row? First of all, let's look at this. This was a couple days ago before I refreshed the page. The Dream were the second seeded team in the league, and the Liberty were a game behind them, or half a game behind them. And the Aces were climbing up. They were at 5 at that point. They won 6 games in a row at that point. Now let's refresh. And the Dream have now dropped to the 3rd seed. And the Aces are still number 5, but they've won 8 games in a row. Now they're only 1 game behind the Phoenix Mercury. They're only 1 game behind the Phoenix Mercury now. They are half a game behind the Atlanta Dream for the 3rd seed, and half a game behind New York for the 2nd seed. Vegas, they look like a lost cause in the middle of the season. It looked like, it's just Asia Wilson. They aren't going to get anything done. They're going to do this, that. Like, just chalk it up to Asia Wilson having a great season and nobody else and this and that. And they have found a way to turn things around, man. Jewel Lloyd's been an absolute dud, but they've still found a way. She hit a big 3 tonight against Atlanta in the 4th quarter in their comeback when they were down by 10 points in the 4th, and came back and beat the Dream 74-72. It's a tight race, and the Dream have lost 2 games now, 2 games in a row that ended on a forced Ryan Howard floater at the buzzer. And late game execution has been the trouble for them all season. Finishing games have been the trouble for them all season. And this looks like it's going to continue to be the detriment of them. If they can figure this out, late game execution and who gets the last shot and what's the go-to last play, if they can figure that out in the last 3 weeks of the regular season before playoffs start next month in September, then they should be good. If they don't figure it out, they won't get anywhere. They'll fall to the middle of the pack, 4th or 5th seed, and they'll be a first-round exit. And that'll be all she wrote for this season for the Atlanta Dream. Now, if they figure out how to win games at the end of the games, I think they'll win the championship. Me personally, and that's not a biased take. That's just real how they look with Brittany Griner, with Bree Jones, with Naz Hillman taking that next step this season, and then obviously in the backcourt, what you have, or on the wings at least, rather, with Ryan and I was about to say Jordan with Ryan and Leash, and then Jordan at the point if she gets back by the playoffs, and Pow coming off the bench, Maya Caldwell, like these just they just have a good deep group when everybody's healthy, and the team hasn't been healthy all season, and they still found ways to win. It's just at the end, late game execution, second half, fourth quarter execution. If they could just figure that out and know who's going to take the last shot, then they'll be set. Like that's literally the only thing that's holding them back from being still the number 2 seed and the number 2 seed by a game and a half instead of being, losing the tiebreaker to New York right now. What was the thing that I wanted to say about the tonight? Leash got the ball and she was holding it, waiting for Ryan Howard to come back up the court. But she was waiting to get the ball to Ryan Howard with 15 seconds left before Carl Smesko called the timeout, kind of furious on the sideline and everything like that. And it was just like, man, Leash, you know what I'm saying? She's supposed to be the MVP candidate this season. And I know, there's Ryan's team. Leash, she just has to take it at that point. She has to be aggressive. Forget the call. Let's go impromptu. Leash, take it, make a play, do whatever you need to do to win this game. And when Ryan drove the ball for the last possession of the game, Brittany Griner, I guess, had a mismatch or something. She was doing like this and kind of jumping up and down, almost stumping under the basket. They didn't get her the ball. Now, you guys know how I feel about Brittany Griner getting the ball at the end of the games. I made a whole short about it. Brittany Griner needs to get the ball at the end of the games, bro, if she's under the basket. Because remember, I said that, and then a few games later, they're the Dreamer in the exact same position. Brittany Griner got the ball, and she ended up fading away out of bounds, a jumper at the buzzer, and it was a brick. But if she's under the basket, yes, get the ball to the 6'9", one of the greatest centers of all time. The ball under the basket, like it's just ABC 1, 2, 3. Now, A'ja Wilson she on a different level. If Minnesota wasn't 28-6, A'ja Wilson would hands down be the MVP once again. But Minnesota's 28-6, so it's got to go to Fee. It's got to go to Fee this season. Even though Fee's missed a few games, let's pull up how many games that Fee has played compared to A'ja, because A'ja won that game darn near by herself, bro. And they were down by 10 points in the fourth quarter. She won that game by herself. 23 points, 7.5 rebounds, 3.5 assists, 1.8 steals. How many blocks? 1.6 blocks per game. She's played 26 games so far this season. If you go to A'ja Wilson, let's see how many games A'ja's played. I would guess like in the 30s. Let's see. 22 points, 9.9 rebounds, 3.2 assists, 1.6 steals. How many blocks? Oh, I was about to say 5 blocks a game. 2.1 blocks per game, which is still crazy. And she's played 31 games this season. So she's played 5 more games than Fee this season. But I still think you have to give it to Fee. And if you don't, like, if she doesn't, the amount of games that she needs to play or whatever the case might be, then you just go A'ja. but it is definitely a 2-person race to me, in my opinion, and not even a 2-person race, really just a 1-person race, with A'ja being like, I played more games. But if you take A'ja off of Vegas, and they win nothing this season. Jackie Young's been pretty consistent throughout the year, but Chelsea Gray was non-existent before the All-Star break. After the All-Star break, when they needed to make that playoff push, Chelsea Gray's return. Welcome back, Chelsea Gray. Welcome to the season, Chelsea Gray. Jewel Lloyd has still been non-existent offensively. The biggest disappointment in the WNBA this season. But hey, it is what it is, right? And you have A'ja Wilson. Who cares that the person that you traded, one of your long-standing franchise staples since the San Antonio Stars days, to the same team that you traded your other longtime staple from the San Antonio Stars days? What does it matter that you traded them for nothing, for no offensive return or anything like that. Just a big name because you have Asia Wilson on the team. And she can just continue carrying everybody on their backs every single night. But shouts out to Chelsea Gray for showing up at least at the end of the season. Phoenix has always been a decent team. Shout out to AT. You know, a lot of people have AT in that finals, that finalist category of MVP as well. But for me, I think it's between Fee and Asia. But shouts out to AT as well, though. AT is doing her thing as always, per usual. She does it every single year. I think she might end up getting one of those Joel Embiid MVPs one season. Yeah, this year, 16, 9 and 9, and then 1.7 steals. How many blocks? Half a block a game. And she's played 28 games so far this season. I think she's going to eventually get like a Joel Embiid MVP where it's like, yo, you've been in the MVP race so many years. We're just, come on, you deserve at least one. You deserve at least one before your career ends. I think she's going to get one of those eventually. Let me see. The Valkyries are looking like they're probably going to make the playoffs, but hold on. Los Angeles, them jokers been, let me see the last 10 games. They got the last 10 games record. Last 10, oh, yeah. The 6-4 in the last 10. Los Angeles might be able to do, you know what I'm saying? I think Washington might be out of it. They're only a game and a half out, but I think they might be out of it. And then Dallas is Dan's team, just abysmal this season, just a mess. But they have Paige Beckers, and she is one of the better players already in the W. She's figured it out. She hit her learning curve and stuff. Well, it wasn't even a learning curve. She was just kind of like less aggressive at the beginning, kind of taking a step back, analyzing the game, seeing the game. And then she just started attacking, bro, just like how Paige does. She's different, dude. And then the Sky are the worst team in the league. Angel Reese came back today. Let's see what Angel Reese did. I believe she was on a minutes restriction. So there's that. But let me see what Angel Reese did tonight in her return. They started her too. So they lost again tonight to Seattle, who moves up to 500. Let me see. Angel, gosh, dang. Angel had 19, 7, and 4 in her return in 26 minutes. Jeez. The other leading scorer was Ariel Atkins, also with 19 points, but she did it in 34 minutes, 5 and 5. Angel Reese different, bro. Y'all gotta stop playing with Angel Reese like she ain't one of them. They talking about her and Asia beefing over the. Well, no, they ain't talking about them beefing. Let me not start no narratives, but you see the social media narratives and stuff like that. Over Angel is trying to copy Asia with the leg sleeve and the way she's rolling her signature shoe with Reebok, and how Asia did the same thing with Nike. It's Angel Reese, one of them, bro. At the end of the day, all celebrity aside, Angel Reese laces them up and goes to work, dog. But they still lost. At least they ain't lose by 50 or 60 or something like that. They still lost. Sky had 24 and 32 minutes. Don't look now. Dominique, 15 points in 19 minutes, 7 rebounds. Don't look now. Dominique is on the way. Has she dunked yet? She ain't dunked in the game yet. Brittany Sykes, slim, 12, 5, and 4. Very solid stat line in 30 minutes. The all-star slim. Excuse me. Neka Wumike, Madame Presidente, 21 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Cold. Gabby Williams, of course, the defensive specialist, the all-star as well. 9 points, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds in 35 minutes. Seattle takes the win. All right, cool. Let me see. Dan was talking about Caitlin Clark. He said they're trying to hang in there this year. She was dealing with an oblique injury way back. Yeah, Caitlin's been out darn near the whole season, or most of the season, majority of the season. And Sophie Cunningham was just announced as having a season-ending injury. She was talking a lot of kind of like smack or whatever, but before her injury, And after her injury, I believe she came out and kind of apologized for her previous comments and stuff like that. Regardless of what she said and how you feel about Sophie, I do want to say Sophie get well soon, heal up soon. They've experienced Sydney Colson, Ari McDonald, and now Sophie Cunningham official season-ending injuries. Caitlin Clark has been out for about a month now, over a month, and they haven't announced her as officially out for the season. But that could be 4 potential season-ending injuries for the Indiana Fever. Despite all of that, the Indiana Fever are still the 6th seed in the league. So, I mean, there's that as well. Let me see. Shouts out to the Fever, everybody who's playing right there, holding it down for them still. Even after the whole DB situation, they still figured it out. All right. Next thing is next. Oh, hold on. Let me answer this from Dan first. What do the Wings really need, though? Should they get another scorer next to Paige? That's supposed to be Eureka Gumawale. She's one of the best scorers in the world. She's just so dang streaky. But the Wings, they need just better players. As basic and surface level as that answer is, the Wings just need better players. You know, they need better players around Paige. You saw Paige eventually wins the championship, but she had better players around her. It was just, you know, you just got to keep losing, to be honest. You got to tank. This year, Paige. Next year, AZ. Just continue building it. If I'm Dallas, I'm going for AZ Fudd in the draft next season. You know, hopefully for my personal selfish sake and gain and everything like that, they don't get the number 1 pick because I want Flage to be the number 1 pick, huh? Big foe. But yeah, man, you know, I shoot to try to get AZ Fudd, and you kind of go from there, you know. Let me see. I'm trying to find this tab. I can't find it now. Okay. Oh, it's here. Had to get this thing up. Okay, cool. But yeah, that's what I think they should do. Draft AZ Fudd. Okay, next up. Well, what's happening? C Gazer in the building. That's how you know I'm streaming late. If C on, he's always on. When I'm on, like when I'm streaming at like 5:30, C Gazer's here. I don't think so. It does not look good at all for the W. You do not bring your husband and wife over again to teams. Well, I mean, they just won the national championship. They just won the national championship. They literally just won the national championship.
Rashad, why
anyway.
you didn't hit me up?
What's up, Rashad? Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
Brother, I love you, brother.
Front lit.
What's up, Rashad?
Yeah.
What it do, boy?
Hey, Rashad.